The La Mirada Mall was a regional shopping mall in La Mirada, California from 1974 to 1990. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around at the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you get notified of my latest mall video, defunct store, or my Throwback Thursday videos. Leave a suggestion or a comment for a future video. Thanks. In 1946, the area, which is now La Mirada, California, had a population of 213. Development began in earnest in 1953 when land was sold in a $5.2 million deal. It was one of the largest real estate transactions that California had seen. In 1954, plans got underway for a new shopping center. This would be built on a 91-acre tract located at the corner of Rosecrans Boulevard and Luitwieler Avenue, now La Mirada Boulevard. The land parcel was 20 miles southeast of Los Angeles urban core and at the time fell entirely within the unincorporated Los Angeles County. Construction commenced on the La Mirada Center in 1956. The cluster-type open-air facility was designed with input from master mall architect Victor Gruen. The first operational store was a 62,000 square foot Hiram's Market, opened on October 17, 1957. Anchoring the complex was a one-level, 110,000 square foot New York City-based ore box, which was dedicated on November 3, 1960. 46 stores and services were in operation by late 1960. Tenants included Western Auto, Thrifty Drug, Teeter Totter Toys, a laundromatic Coin Laundry, U.S. Post Office, a 45,000 square foot J.J. Newberry 5 and Dime, and a 37,000 square foot Market Basket supermarket, which was dedicated on March 16, 1961. By this time, the surrounding area had been officially incorporated as Mirada Hills. A referendum held in November of 1960 advocated changing the name of the newly formed city to La Mirada, the look or the gaze. The name change became official in December. The single-screen RKO Stanley Warner La Mirada Theater joined the complex on December 20th, 1962. A Barker Brothers furniture encompassing 42,000 square feet opened its doors in October of 1963. A House of Pancakes restaurant opened in February of 1961. It was the first store in today's IHOP chain. By 1963, there were 2 supermarkets, a 5 and Dime drugstore, furniture store, bowling alley, several banks, and a couple of restaurants and 2 gas stations. The Hiram's Market grocery store would be rebranded into a Lucky store. Among the stores in this shopping center was a U.S. Post Office, a Richfield service station, Allstate, Royal Jewelers, Seaboard Finance, Shannon Sports Center, Shell Service Station, Sherwin-Williams Paints, Singer Sewing Center, Stage Stop Travel, Thrifty Drug, Tribble Trailers, Western Auto, Wilder's Children's Shoes, Youth Town, Zales Jewelers, and Z's Fashion Fabrics. La Mirada had its share of rival malls in a 4-mile radius. This included the Whitwood Center in Whittier, the Buena Park Mall in Buena Park, and the Bullock's Fashion Square in La Habra. A one-level, 115,000 square foot Woolco was added to the La Mirada Center. This discount department store welcomed its first shoppers on September 25, 1970. With this addition, La Mirada Center encompassed 675,000 square feet. In January of 1974, the shopping hub was sold to Canadian developer Mark Tanz. A $7 million renovation was announced in June, just as Orbach's La Mirada store was closed. A few years earlier, Barker Brothers had closed, and their building stood vacant. The vacant building and adjacent Barker Brothers furniture store, which was vacant, was gutted and rebuilt into a fully enclosed mall, housing 73 stores and services. The transformation of a loosely arranged collection of stores into an enclosed mall next to a renovated outdoor plaza with fountains and trees was achieved. A city commission market study boasted the La Mirada Mall has become an attractive, growing center. Many people seem to treat this mall as a community center and visit it just to browse or to show visitors. The center generally thrived. Among these were Dear John Bass Shop, Gatsby's for Men, Magic Mushroom Records and Paraphernalia, Noah's Arcade, Silver Scorpion, Wigs, Right On Stationers, a Pfaff Sewing Center, Merle Norman Cosmetic Studio, and fast food area contained 10 vendors including Chang's Chinese Food, Handmade Hamburgers, Fishmongers, and Munch-a-Bunch. The J.J. Newberry 5 and Dime store in the open-air section of the mall closed in January of 1976. A Roberts department store opened in August of that same year. But the enclosed mall too had problems. The weaving circular interior path made some stores almost invisible, and customers literally had to walk a figure 8 to get to other businesses. Some of the larger stores in the East Wing were not even directly accessible from inside the mall. The in-mall Pacific Theater's La Mirada 4 held its grand opening on August 20th, 1975. This new movie house replaced the circa 1962 La Mirada Theater, which was reconfigured as a live performance venue. Christened the La Mirada Center for the Performing Arts, it debuted on September 16th, 1977. On June 11, 1980, two newly built auditoriums across the mallway from the original mall multiplex, the combined cinemas were renamed the Pacific Theater's La Mirada 6. The La Mirada Mall was not an astounding success. Its lack of freeway access, confusing layout, and competition from area shopping hubs contributed to its failure. In late 1980, it was reborn as a value-oriented complex known as La Mirada Mall Specialty Center. New stores included Benno's, Manufacturers Retail Outlet, Kids Mart, and Jules by Davida. The mall shifted to profiling itself as a discount mall with lower rents and stores that offered discounted but name-brand merchandise. It was confusing, former Councilman Art Leslie said. You weren't sure which door you went in or where you had parked your car, and it was spread out so far, it wasn't convenient for people to walk. Many of its major stores had left, and the mall failed to lure a major department store. In 1982, the Market Basket closed. In January of 1983, Woolco closed. The store closure further exacerbated the outlet mall's problems. The store was divided, with one section opening as the shopping center's first Toys R Us location in September of 1983. Tanz had sold the mall in 1980, and the mall followed a succession of absentee or inexperienced owners that included a residential developer, two garment industry executives, and a Long Beach savings and loan. Mall owners invested little in the property. A 1984 city-sponsored study offered solutions: make the entrances stand out more, improve the road around the mall, make the doors more identifiable, add attractive and consistent architectural features throughout, install larger illuminated signs and skylights. The ideas were tabled pending the arrival of a department store. that department store never came. By the mid-1980s, the mall was in decline, and tax revenue was bringing in a paltry $339,000 annually to the city. By contrast, the Los Cerritos Center fattened the Cerritos city budget by $2.2 million during that same period. In 1987, the declining mall was purchased by a joint venture of La Mirada Redevelopment Agency and Newport-based Hopkins Real Estate Group and J.M. Peters Company. It was decided that it was no longer viable as a regional center, so a plan for a neighborhood-type complex was devised. The new shopping center was to occupy 48 acres of a land parcel, with the remainder being developed as the Villages and Encore residential developments. The few remaining stores in La Mirada Mall were closed for good in March of 1988. Demolition was underway by 1990. 9 freestanding structures and the Center for the Performing Arts was retained and worked into a bi-level 417,000 square foot power center. Now known as the La Mirada Theater Center, the new complex opened for business during the 1992 and 1993. Tenants included Save on Drugs, Anna's Linens, Joy's Hallmark, a 46,000 square foot Lucky Store supermarket. The Krikorian La Mirada Cinema 7 showed its first features in 1992, and some of the center's peripheral businesses were LA Fitness, Sizzler Steakhouse, IHOP, and Toys R Us, which was now operating in the old J.J. Newberry building. And speaking of Toys R Us, a store that I went to quite a few times in La Mirada, the store would close in 2011. A view of today's contemporary Mediterranean-style La Mirada Theater Center. The Power Plaza encompasses over 400,000 leasable square feet, with 49 stores and office spaces within the shopping center proper. Store nameplate changes at the La Mirada Theater Center have included the conversion of Lucky Stores to the Albertsons banner, which happened in 1999, and the rebranding of Save on Drug Stores as CVS in 2006. The Krikorian La Mirada Cinema 7 was rebranded by the Regal chain in the year 2000 and by Cinemark in 2004. The movie house operated as Starplex La Mirada Movies 7 between 2006 and 2015 when it was acquired and rebranded by America Multi-Cinema. Following renovations, it reopened as the AMC La Mirada 7 on July 12, 2018. This building at the La Mirada Theater Center is the only major structure that remains from the La Mirada Center. Built in 1957 as J.J. Newberry 5 & Dime, it housed a Roberts department store and a Toys R Us. This store was shuttered in 2011, with a UFC gym opening in 2015. Congratulations, you made it this far into the video.
When I find you. Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed in this mall? So if your answer was 7, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Leave a comment or some more details that I may have missed, or maybe even a suggestion for a future mall video you would like to see. Don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions. Thanks for watching.